Hello everybody, welcome back to FFF. As you already probably know, the first round of the French presidential elections just took place, in which we saw Emmanuel Macron with 27.8% and Marine Le Pen with 23.1% qualify for the second round, the same scenario as in 2017. Meanwhile, Jean-Luc Mélenchon was once again disappointed, finishing third, backed by 22% of the French. Not enough to proceed to the next round, but a high enough result to cement his place as a stronghold on the left. Polemist Éric Zemmour received only 7.1, an honourable result for a newcomer, but a disappointment in the sense he had at one point surpassed 10% in the voting intention polls. Meanwhile, historically political giants, the Republicans Valérie Pécresse and the Socialists Anne Hidalgo candidates only received respectively 4.8% and 1.9%. These results are interesting and we'll break them all down separately. But before we start, I made a video a couple of weeks back where I presented the major candidates and their programs if you'd like to check that out first. But for now, we can get straight into it. No surprise then, as Macron and Le Pen will be reunited in the second round, having both beaten their previous results by a few points. The current president from La République En Marche will however face a tougher opponent than in 2017, when he defeated her 66.1% to 33.9%. Polls are suggesting the main result could be closer to 51% to 49%. With the existing margin of error in the polls, Macron and Le Pen are basically even. Whereas not 2 weeks ago, Macron's victory seemed certain, today the outcome is completely unpredictable. So what happened in the last 5 years? Well, as a centrist candidate, Macron could count on votes from the traditional left and right, the Socialists and the Republicans. However, the pool of voters seems to have been largely reduced, as they amount to only 6.7% in total. Many of them seem to have either cast a useful vote towards Macron in the first round, as he appeared the most likely winner, or been attracted by extremist parties such as Mélenchon's La France Insoumise or Le Pen's Rassemblement National. Now on top of these extra votes, who will be backing Macron? Both Yannick Jadot from the European Ecological Party and Fabien Roussel from the Communist Party, with respectively 4.6% and 2.3%, have offered their support. Meanwhile, Le Pen can count on Zemmour from the Reconquest Party and Nicolas Dupont-Aignan from the Debout la France Souverainist Party, 2.1%. The biggest uncertainty of the night came from Mélenchon, who had decided in 2017 not to back anybody, but whose support this time could heavily influence the outcome of the second round. Well, he had this to say.
Il ne faut pas donner une seule voix à Madame Le Pen. Il ne faut pas donner une seule voix à Madame Le Pen. Il ne faut pas donner une seule voix à Madame Le Pen.
You would think that with La France Insoumise's indirect support, Macron is heading straight to a second consecutive term. One thing is for sure, the coming weeks will be decisive in gaining the indecisive voters' support, especially given the large proportion of abstentionists. It was a significant marker of last night's voting count, a staggering 26.3%, close to the 2002 record of 28.4%. Meanwhile, smaller parties did mostly better than in 2017, notably Jean Lassalle from Résistons, who gained 3.1%, more than the Communists and the Socialists. And finally, Pécresse came short of the 5% necessary to receive a campaign reimbursement, while Hidalgo was far off. What this means for the former powerhouses of French politics is uncertain as of yet, but the continuous rise of extremist parties will definitely harm them. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to never miss any of my content. Next week we're heading back to Ukraine and I'll be posting a video talking about the major powers' influence in the conflict.